Hey guys, I'm Lazor, otherwise known as Matt, and this is a response video thing. I've never done one of these before. As in a direct response video, I've never done. So yeah, this is a response to Frizzy's deck build thing, and me and him were like messaging ideas about it when he sent me the first video, and I actually thought the kind of deck build was actually really interesting, and I'm thinking about actually making the deck. So yeah, Frizzy, yeah. But I don't have like any of these cards, and basically I didn't think that Dark Ascension, no, not Dark Ascension, Avacyn Restored had like anything cool, but Green Blue seems to be pretty cool. So I looked at it and I was like, well, what can you do with most decks? Most decks have like a singular focus, right? Most decks have a either it's creature heavy tokens, or it's this, or it's spirits, or it's. But what you can do with this is it can be creature heavy and control, because you have the ability to leave your hard mana, so your forests and islands and alchemist refuges open, and you're also allowed to still cast creatures with Sunboiled Sage. So yeah, if you haven't seen his video, hopefully I've got a link in the description. This is also on Duels community, so hoping that the same people saw that as saw this, and if you haven't, then go check that out, because it was actually pretty good. I mean, I didn't think of this idea, and I'm sure as hell like it. I mean, for a low cost of like $40, you can get this deck, and this is actually took me a while to make it, but I think this is the best I could do. Which is, and I'm no like expert at making decks. I mean, it's not designed to win every game possible. I mean, if it was designed to win every game, I'd show you like my red deck or my blue-black zombies. Those ones are designed to win a fuck ton. But this one's really fun to play. I don't know, you can't see anything more than the names here, but I guess that's why we'll go through them. So first of all, almost every creature is either a wolf or a human. So I was like, need something to attract burn or attract kill spells, you know, something that doesn't particularly help my side that much. I mean, it does help me, but it being killed doesn't hinder me as much as if Sunboiled Sage or, well, yes, if Sunboiled Sage was killed. So I've thought Mayor of Everbrook, which is this guy here. He's a 2-cost, and I don't think I have any other 2-cost guys. Well, no, I have a few actually. I lied. This guy, 2-cost, 1/1, gives all humans +1/+1, and at the beginning of each upkeep, he flips like a werewolf. So if no one played any spells at the turn before, he'll flip into a 3/3. Where other werewolf or wolf creatures you control get +1/+1, and at the beginning of the end step, put a 2/2 green token onto the battlefield, and yeah, so that's pretty cool. I really like this card. You know, it's going to buff like all of my side one way or another. I mean, it goes really well with what's the name, Champion of Lampholt, which is in this tab here. Basically, if it's not flipped, it gives this guy +1/+1. If it is flipped and gets to the end step, it puts a 2/2 token onto the field, which gives this guy +1/+1 because another creature entered the battlefield. So, yeah. If you don't know what Champion of Lampholt does, creatures with power less than Champion of Lampholt's power can't block creatures you control. That's anything. So this guy gets to about 4 power, a 4/4. So if you play 3 creatures after Champion of Lampholt, it's a 4/4, and there's not many people who that early in the game are gonna have 4/4s out, and then it becomes 5/5, and with buffs and other stuff like that, it's just it's insane. That guy's gonna be doing a majority of the damage. So I think I run 4 of these. Yep, run 4 of them along with 4 Mayor of Everbrook. As you know, I run 4 of like the cards that I feel are the most suited. That should Pillar 3, Windcrafters 2. Descendants Path, we'll get to that in a minute. So I guess we'll go to a Gold Shieldmate. This is something that Frizzy missed out, and I don't know why, because this is like one of the best soulbound creatures in the game. It's a 2/3 for 4 mana, and as long as it's paired with another creature, they both get hexproof. Hexproof is the stupid nuts balls of cards, and especially since a lot of the way this deck works is that it's weak to burn, or it's weak to spot removal, okay? So if Gold Shieldmate can get down on a turn where they're tapped out, it can make your Sunboiled Sage, which I'll get to, which is basically the best creature in the deck. It's the card that plays the biggest price, I guess, that has the biggest part in the entire deck. then this is just gonna do like so much. And look, it's £1.69 for an uncommon 4 of them. I mean, you could probably pick these up by just getting a couple of boosters, to be honest, or just trading with somebody. If somebody's going to have these are going to be easy to acquire. And to make 2 creatures hexproof for 4 mana is good for mana, but to make 2 creatures hexproof for 1 mana, on your turn, thanks to Sunderwall Sage, who you tap and add 3 mana of any 1 colour to your mana pool, and spend this mana only to cast creature spells, then to make 2 guys hexproof for 1 mana and tapping a creature, to make 2, yeah, that is just stupid. It's just, and then you also have the choice of Alchemist Refuging, which you can then pay 2, a green and a blue, and a tap it, and you can play it as if it's got flash. Which means you can pay 3 mana, tap Sunderwall Sage to play the hexproof guy at their end step to make 2 of your creatures hexproof. Not only that, I think it's a human as well. It's a human soldier. Yep, so it's going to get +1/+1 from Mayor Everbrook most of the time, because you're going to be playing a lot of creatures, a lot of spells at their phase, not many at your turn. You're playing a lot of theirs after like turn 4, turn 5. So yeah, this guy, the nuts balls nuts. The best thing about it really is that it has 1 blue. No, that's not the best thing, but it's just an added bonus. Windcrafter, so 1 cost, 1/1, and as long as it's paired up with something else, they both have flying. The problem is that turn 1 it's not very good, because you're not going to have it paired up with anything else. However, flying is overlooked, I feel. Flying is very difficult to deal with most of the time. If you can get Champion of the Lambbolt in the air, and then nothing else can block it, so it can't be chomped, and then other stuff can't block, it's going to be great. You're going to have a fun time. Yeah, so they're Champion of the Lambbolt. Nightshade Peddler, 1/1. If you 2 cost, 1 blue, 1 no, not 1 blue, 1 colourless, 1 green. Both creatures have Death Touch. Death Touch yet again. Stupid. It just is. It's just stupid. It's just, oh, I did what? My 1/1 guy killed your huge dude somehow. It cut you slightly, it left you with an infection, and you died immediately. That's what happened there. But I don't care about the ability. Well, I do care about I don't care about the lore behind it. And you can get these for like 10p. Some also talked about Wolf Avenger. The reason why I like this in it's a wolf, so it's going to get buffed by. Is it Alpha Pack Leader? I don't know what the other side of Halpack Alpha. I was close. Other side of Mayor of Everbrook is, which is good. The other thing is it already has flash in it, so you don't have to worry about using Alchemist Refuse to play it there end step. You can play it there end step anyway. It's still a 3 cost 3/3, and it has 2 mana to regenerate, which means as far as mana cost goes, this card is actually really, really beneficial for its mana cost. And the fact that I can just play I can just tap Sunderwall Sage and play it for free at any time, and have a regenerate open or mana leak open or something else like that is just stupid. For 2 mana open with Sunderwall Sage down, so you're probably gonna have 3 mana at least. You can tap it, block with this guy, and regenerate in the same turn, which is fucking awesome. It's fucking stupid. And also, if your Mayor of Everbrook's the right way around, he can get buffed, and it's so good, so good. Wolfire Silverheart, this guy is stupid. He's a 4/4 for 5, and if he's paired with another creature, both of them get +4/+4, which means for 5 mana, you put 12 extra power and 12 extra toughness onto the board. For 5 mana. That's what you do with Wolfire Silverheart if there's another creature on the field. And if you have Sunderwall Sage down, you get Sunderwall Sage, it's 2 mana to put 12 power and 12 toughness onto the board. That's a metric fuck ton. That's what that is. That card is stupid. Not only that, it'll buff. Where is she? It'll buff Champion of Lambbolt because it's a creature. It can get possibly buffed by Mayor of Everbrook, but probably not that much. It's it's so good. It is so good. Descendant's Path. Now, the other thing I noticed about this deck is that it likes playing creatures for free, and since I don't have like a big variation of creature types, Descendant's Path is actually going to do okay. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card that shares a creature type with creature you control, you can cast that card without paying its mana cost. Otherwise, you can put that card on the bottom of your library. The thing is that I don't need mana that often. I'm not going to need land after like turn 3, or because if I have Sunboil Sage, I'm not going to need land. I'm not going to play it like straight away if I'm land fucked or if I don't have a Sunboiled Sage. I don't have to worry about that. But if I'm in a position where I know that I can just keep playing, if I have a Mana Leak in hand or an Unsummon, which are like the only control in here, even though I could, and I'll tell you why I chose Unsummon in a minute. I can just sit there with Descendant's Path and play a creature for free off the top of my library and a creature for free off my hand if I want to, and similar stuff. You know, it's a fucking nice card. It is. It stops me from getting land, but I'm not milling myself, which is kind of irritating because you could run decks with this that if it said go into the graveyard with like, it would actually be really, really good in some decks, but unfortunately in this one it's not. It's still going to be pretty useful if you can get it built the right way. I mean, you could run Ponders instead of Unsummon and set up Descendant's Path really effectively. You could do similar stuff like that. Alchemist Refuge, we knew about this. Green-blue, you tap it, play non-land cards if they had flash, which is pretty cool, so you could play Descendant's Path at the end of the step for like 5 mana, which you're probably not going to do. You're probably just going to play it and then leave like Sunboiled Sage open for a creature at their end step, or something like that. Mana Leak, it's just 2 cost, counter spell basically, unless they pay 3, which is okay. I mean, it's going to make them either waste extra mana, it's either going to make them waste a turn, or it's going to get rid of a creature that's going to threaten you early game. Most of the time, you're going to have your mana open anyway, because this is going to be your main mana generator. I mean, you could have, if you wanted to mix this up, you could have other mana generators like Birds of Paradise, or Land War Elves. They would be pretty good as well, because just mana generators in general that aren't land, and the ability to play anything at any time that isn't a land anyway, is pretty good. But yeah, I know Descendant's Path isn't all it's credited to be, but I like the idea of playing creatures for free, and I think that's pretty cool. I know there's like nothing huge that I could like benefit. I couldn't have like Descendant's Path and 4 Ponders for whatever similar card there could be, and then hopefully just get into like a huge guy for free from Descendant's Path. I mean, you could make a deck like that. I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't know why you... I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, it's a good option. Unsummon. I know Vapor Snag is better. Vapor Snag does 1 damage, and is an unsummon, it does 1 damage to the control of the creature. However, you're not always going to be going for their creatures. That's the thing. With all the soulbound around, the guys become kind of redundant after the soulbound is gone. I mean, if you kill one of the creatures off, it just becomes a pretty expensive creature, or like a 1/1 for like 4 mana or something like that. I know there's none of them in here, but I'm just saying. And then someone can allow that guy to have a second life. You know, you can throw him back to your hand. You can tap some more Sage and play him for free, and still have like two mana or 3 mana open for a Mana Leak. You know, I've only got 2 in at the moment because I didn't want to, because I couldn't think of how to make space. But I know you guys are probably better than I am at this game. Fucking in real life anyway, I suck at making decks. I always get the mana curve wrong, which I think I could see a pretty shit mana curve here anyway. Sideboard, Spellskite. I noticed if you're against a burn deck, you're going to have Sad Time, Spellskite. 2 cost, colorless. You can pay a Phyrexian mana or a blue mana, and a target of a spell will go to Spellskite instead, which is pretty cool. So any like burn, like Incinerate, anything like that, plus the fact it's a 0/4 makes it even better. Will go to Spellskite and probably just get like eliminated, which is cool. You don't even have to have mana open for that. Acidic Slime. It's a 5 cost Death Touch, and when it comes in you can destroy an artifact, enchantment or land. If you're playing against a deck that has heavy artifacts or heavy enchantments, then that's going to be really good, or similar, then you can use Acidic Slime. I mean, with Unsummoned you can play it multiple times, you can make it cheaper with Sunboil Sage. It's all in all a very good deck. Bower Passage. If you're playing against Spirits, this is the deck that you want. This is a card that you want in here. Creatures with flying can't block creatures you control. Basically puts you in the same boat as them. You can't block their flyers. It's not. I don't think there's only Wingcrafter, which is the only card that can block flyers if paired with something. But but Bower Passage can put them in the same predicament as you, and most of the time you're going to be doing more damage than them anyway. Spirits, they like to play a lot of creatures at once, buff them, do damage with some of them, and chump block with the others. This is going to get rid of that, and it's only 2 mana. Only 2 cost anyway, so it's not really eating at your mana having it there. And what was the last one? Ulven World Tracker. If you're against, yet again, a deck that doesn't have much power, but has a lot of guys, Ulven World Tracker, it's basically just got the fight ability is just really good in this deck, so you're just going to kill off shit. Target creature you control fights another target creature. It's good. I mean, I can just have Wolfe's Silverheart down, and once a turn I can kill a creature of theirs with Ulven World Tracker, and it costs 1 and 2 for the ability. That can be activated at their end step, yet again. It's really good. I like it. I like it. I think this deck could be really good. I wanted to put in this other guy. I wanted to use more of Blink. I mean, you could, if you wanted, you could splash white and put a bunch of Blink cards in here. But this is just what I thought of, a pretty creature-heavy build, and to make it get as much from Descendant's Path as I can as well. I mean, you could have it more spells instead, and you could have Delvers and Ponders, and then try and set up Descendant's Path for like, create a Hoof Vorax and stuff like that, if that is the correct name of the card. But yeah, that's just my response. I might build this deck. I think it's pretty sweet. 21 land in this deck. It's not I think it's going to be enough. I mean, you could mix it up a little bit, change that, change this. I like how it tells you like the symbol occurrence and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, nothing costs more than 5 mana. The only thing that does is Wolfire Silverheart. What costs 4 mana is, oh, that's Elgold Shieldmate, and everything else can probably be played for free off the back of Sunboard Stage. So yeah, that card's fucking good. Like I said, if you don't have, well, like Frizzy said, if you don't have a Sunboard Sage, you should probably buy them like £6. $6, in fact, $6 for proper mint condition ones off here. If you don't know what this website is, oh, Channel Fireball, sweet. If you don't know what this website is, MTG Vault. It's a pretty cool website. You can put your decks up here. You can load up the card. It'll tell you everything about the card. It'll give you a bunch of prices on it. I like this website. It's where I load up decks and stuff. If you want to see my decks, giggity, you can person search and search It's Me Lazor. That should work. So there you go. If you guys have any more suggestions for the deck build and stuff like that, leave them here. I'm sure I'll have a look at them, and sure probably Frizzy will as well. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.